back to The Seams Between Us, the podcast where the threads of love, loss, legacy, and a little bit of chaos get stitched together.
I'm Dr. Stitcher, and I'm here with the Sassy Stitcher.
And we're so glad you're here. If this is your first episode, welcome. If you're here, you were here for episode one, thanks for coming back.
Took us a little bit longer to get this week's episode recording.
It's not like anybody had a birthday this
I
week.
know, maybe
Or a couple
21.
birthdays.
Maybe I turned 21.
Maybe. So we had Dr. Stitcher had a birthday this week. We had a birthday in this house too, so there's a lot of birthdays, a lot going on. But we were really excited to share what we've got today.
Yeah, and our goal is to have these posted and uploaded on Mondays. But sometimes life gets in the way like it does with everybody else. So we're just a little bit late. But it gives you time to watch one if you want to watch one. And I've gotten great feedback on one. So
Yeah,
I don't know
I've
about
heard
you.
lots of people have had fun with it. We had fun with it. It was fun to do. All right, today's episode is all about the incredible folks helping us with the Wrap Taxes in Love project. The quilters, the shop owners, and the kind humans offering up their time and stashes to help sow love and care to the kids who were at camp during the floods that occurred in Central Texas on July 4th. So we're recording today's episode in a couple of parts because we were able to sit down and have some conversations with some lovely ladies that donated a day of their week last week to sew some quilt tops for us. Um, yeah.
Yes. So we are going to chat with those ladies. Some of them were a little apprehensive. You can kind of tell when they start off on the recording. They weren't sure quite. And I had a couple ask, what exactly were we doing? But these ladies have a heart of gold and they are all about giving back to the community. They do Panhandle Quilts of Honor and cover our veterans in the Panhandle with beautiful quilts, have little programs for them, wrap them in love, just like we're hoping to wrap those campers in love with the Wrap Texas in Love project. And if you need anything at all, those ladies are always there to step up. So I'm excited for you to get to see their hearts, get to listen to what they do and what quilting means to them and how they got started. I think you're gonna love every minute of it.
This group was ladies who, just so we make sure we're going in, ladies who they all just kind of wanted to get together, or was this normally their day to work for their other thing? How did they get together for this day?
They meet every month. They meet the last Friday of the month. They had been meeting at the AgriLife Center, and they moved that to another town. And they didn't want to drive to Canyon. They wanted to stay in Amarillo. So the Southwest Public Library was generous enough to give them a beautiful meeting room. Let me tell you, it was a well-oiled machine. They had the table set up, they had the irons, they had the mats to cut, they had the pressing. Usually I say, I got to work. This time I said, they were like, we're giving it up to do Kerrville. We'd love to have you. And I'm like, I'm going. I think it's going to be my Friday thing at the end of the month from here on out. I loved talking with them. I loved visiting with them. It was all ages, all different quilting levels. And I mean, Tiffany, have you ever gone somewhere to quilt where they said, hey, I'm just here to press. Can I press something for you? And how would you like these seams pressed? I mean,
really love
incredible.
World.
I know.
Pressing. That's my least favorite activity.
I know. And they pressed it and they brought it back and they said, if this is not what you want, I'll do it again. I mean, gracious ladies. We had a great conversation at lunch. They were gracious. I slid out and we had so many quilts. I mean, we have been blessed beyond with this Wrap Texas in Love project coming from all over that. I moved the quilts from the quilt shop to your dad's cabinet shop. Your brother helped me make a spot for them where they would be safe until we can load them all up and deliver them. So I took a couple of hours to do that. And then I came in and then we made 13 quilt tops that day. So an incredible amount. So they had the 10-inch squares cut. I mean, it was like quilting heaven.
They're cute. They were a fun bunch to talk to. I think some of them will come back on because they seemed to have fun once they realized what we were doing. We had Cindy. Can you tell us a little bit about Cindy? Because she'll probably start us off in the talk. So we get a little
Cindy Gilbert is kind of the ringleader. We'll call her the queen bee of the quilting bee. I think that is fine. She is a giver. She gets donations, she takes donations, she long arms those quilts for the veterans, she arranges the programs. Um, they originally started out being a quilt of valor, and then some of our panhandle veterans were not getting covered with quilts once they had served. So she decided to take it upon herself to create a list. She keeps a list of all the veterans in the panhandle. They make sure that they're getting quilts. Some days the program is just all women, which sometimes women in the military are left out.
Mhm.
Um, so they all get together and some days they'll sew panels and some days they'll sew squares. Well, she had all those 10-inch squares cut and ready for us. Um, and they kind of shifted from that panhandle to panhandle quilts of honor versus quilts of valor because they were spending so much for shipping, it would be the cost of making another quilt. And they just thought it was more valuable in their time and money to make them and leave them in the panhandle. Also, quilts of valor is pretty sticky on their rules. And they like to have a little fun. So they kind of make up their own thing. They do have a few rules and kind of keep them in the same guidelines. But also, if that veteran dies in the process of them finding out about them, until that quilt can be made, that quilt goes to the family, and Quilt of Valor doesn't do that. So that has been Cindy's heart all along, that the family deserves that quilt of that veteran just as much as that veteran does. And so I think you will see her heart. I can't wait. I want to bring her back on and just talk about the quilts of honor
We
because
did get her to agree to come back and just talk about that project.
and I asked her that day. I said, "Hey, I brought my microphone and my computer. You want to hop on and do the podcast with my daughter and I?" And she goes, "I would love to do that." And then the other ladies were like, "I don't know." And then they all wanted to join in, the ones that were left there. So,
It was
uh,
kind of fun. Like Cindy did it, and then maybe one other person, and then they all were like, "Well, what does I want to do?" So it was kind of funny to watch them get excited to jump on. I had to text a few to get them to agree, tell them they looked pretty, even though I couldn't see them.
pretty in
So
pink,
they
whatever it
don't even
works.
know that I can't
Hey,
see them.
and I want you to know, look, I'm wearing green in honor of Mystic today. So,
Green
um,
skirt on, actually. I didn't realize that. Yeah. I got the James Avery charm, which I was really excited about, and I got my bracelet in today, but I think I ordered the wrong size, so I gotta go see if they'll trade it.
now you ordered yours online. That would be your generation. I went into the store. I got my bracelet. I got my one charm, and I had to wait for my other one, but they did call me, so mine is there as well. And now I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get mine engraved because I have one from Harvey, and now I have one from this blood.
I'm gonna
Um,
see if they can do it in the store. I
oh man,
hear this deal of all of the Texas charms from James Avery, the proceeds going to the quilt or to the flood victims is going on through August 4th. So if you're still on the fence, there's time. This is
John
not
Hart also has a great green bag. If you don't have a John Hart cosmetic bag, they are great.
yeah.
And those proceeds are going back. There's several T-shirts that as well.
Which
I
John
got
Hart and James Avery
those.
both have family connections to Camp
Yeah.
Mystic, which is I think why they jumped on pretty quickly. And I've seen some cute, just like local to the San Antonio, Houston, Austin area artists who are also like family members connected to campers who were lost or campers who were there that have been donated some really adorable like art prints or just like random things. There was one that was really cute. We actually need to talk about this. They're making fabric.
Oh, we do need to talk about that. We'll talk
Uh,
about that in one of our next
yeah,
episodes.
that could be the next
I think
one.
we have enough content to maybe do three, so maybe we can keep on our Monday schedule for a while, even though school is fixing to start.
The goal we have here, we're putting it out there for the people, is we're going to get today's out in the next couple hours. We're recording here on a Tuesday. So we're not terribly behind. If I can get
Yeah,
it up tomorrow morning, we're not terribly behind. And then we're gonna try to record a couple this weekend to be ahead, so we don't have to, when we have crazy life, we don't get behind again.
I will tell you, I think your sister-in-law, my daughter-in-law, Katie, was a little disappointed she didn't get me with a sombrero at the Mexican food restaurant yesterday when we celebrated
I
my
actually was
birthday.
also disappointed. I really need her to step it up with those pictures of silly times. I also only got pictures of you and a niece and a nephew. I'm missing two of them.
Oh, the other two were on the other side, but guess who came to visit today?
Archie.
Oh, Archie. For those of you who don't know Archie, we were shop hopping in the store and we were in Blanco, weren't we?
So there's a thing called the All Texas Shop Hop, and the idea is you get like a little magazine and you travel around the state and you get stamps or stickers um visiting these shops. And so we did
We might have
a
got a little
good
competitive.
chunk. We are a little competitive. You will figure that out probably pretty quickly. We're a little competitive. So we like, did one section. We're like, all right, let's see how far we can get. And then people were posting that they were doing things. So then we were trying to rush it through. Um,
But
in
we went to Blanco and they were not open yet. But there was this cute little store that had this metal art. And I'm like, I need
Show
that
the other side of
armadillo.
it. He's the state of Texas.
I know.
Yeah.
And I said, I need him to sit in my garden. Well, we started taking him into the quilt shops with us, and we went into Odessa or Midland. Was it
We
Midland?
got a little delirious
Let's just
with
get
driving.
stitches, Midland or Odessa, and they have
Excellent
clothes
name.
now. And so she was like, "Do you have an armadillo? Are you carrying an armadillo in here by his tail?" And I'm
I
like,
was.
"Actually, I am." And so and she posted it. So Archie likes to
Put that picture
travel.
on the Insta because it's pretty funny.
Archie likes to travel. He likes to quilt. You'll see him long arming with me, and he has a new friend, Saudi. And
So
Saudi has a story at some point, maybe
Sadi's
long
story
down
is
the
coming.
line.
I'm determined to get Sadi's story. Especially now that brother knows about this event. I guess we got to give him
Well,
a name too.
we got to tease it so people will say, I want to know about Saudi's story. But
You do
a
want to know
little
Sadi's
a
story.
stuffed sod poodle, because we have the sod poodle baseball team. That's the other thing you'll learn about Dr. Stitcher. She loves some baseball. But Archie just wanted to come on and say hello and say be watching for him because he's been quilting a lot of tops. We are trying to wrap up the first responder project that the quilt shop that I'm affiliated with in Amarillo, Quilt Winks, has been working on for the volunteer fire departments to kind of help them raise some money for equipment that might have been damaged or that they need due to the wildfires that we've had the last couple of years. So we're excited to wrap that up and kind of share that with y'all as well. And I can't wait to talk to Tyson and see how things went in Kerrville as he went,
Yeah.
has
So
responded with the Amarillo Fire Department.
we were talking earlier, and I think it might be fun if we, to give you guys a background, if we are my cousin, her nephew, nephew, that's what that would be.
Yep.
Was a first responder working in Kerrville. And so I thought it might be fun if we together created a first responder quilt for him, and then we got to give it to him as a thank you for his work and time away from his family that he spent doing a lot of hard work that I know was not fun and was not easy, and just kind of showing our appreciation, but also just the extra. Maddie.
Oh, do you see Mabby? Mabby was a little jealous that Archie was on the camera. So
Maddie will probably make a lot of appearances.
he
So yeah,
decided,
just sharing our appreciation with him and just hearing anything he has to share, or so we are working on that. We've got a lot of irons in the fire.
we do. And school's fixing to start. Can you believe it?
No, I had to send out my like, hey parents, it's me. We got to talk about schedules. But it's not the week before school, which is what I did last year. So I feel like I'm ahead there.
Well, I don't know. I'm an assistant professor for Lamar University that's in Beaumont. So we do everything online because I live up in the Panhandle. But we just wrapped up summer 2, and now I got to get fall 1 ready to rock and roll. And we got to go back to in service. And I can't wait to see my peeps and hit a few quilt shops on the way. And meet some ladies in Dallas.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's get started with some special guests today. Tell me your name and one word for how quilting makes you feel.
Cindy Gilbreth. Quilting makes me feel awesome.
It's dangerous when a therapist is in charge of the questions.
I can't hear. Oh, let me turn you up. Okay, now try it.
Let's see, what have you guys been up to today? What are we working on today?
Today is what we call the Kerrville sew-in, and we have taken our fabric and cut it into 10-inch squares, which everybody can be comfortable with. And I let everybody use their own pattern that they wanted with the 10-inch. A lot of the quilts have turned out scrappy, but some of them are darling, like little baby girl um 10 patch, disappearing 9 patch, and several pinwheels, turns out. And they're so simple. The patterns are simple that we actually made 13 quilts today.
Today?
From 10 o'clock today.
That's
And I wish I could
insane.
show you in the back.
But I will run a reel.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll put pictures on the Instagram. We'll post about it.
So Cindy,
have you?
talk to us about why all these women were gathered here today.
Yes.
Okay, normally this is the Southwest Library branch in Amarillo, Texas, and normally we use this classroom once a month for Quilts of Honor for the Texas Panhandle veterans. But something overrode, if that's a word, overrode
Yeah.
my heart when the Kerrville floods happened. And I thought, we've got to do something. We've got to do something. And I knew my girls, there's like 20 of us that sew. We're not a club. We don't have membership dues. We just sew because we love the veterans and we all get along. And
And they were so much fun. It was my first day to join them because I had some time.
you should have heard the laughing and the
I love
giggling, fun, and everybody helping everybody.
I love that.
And that's what today is, the last Friday. So
Okay.
we use this as a Kerrville Sew Day, and we will finish these quilts up. And with your mom's help, she's going to help us get the quilts to the right person.
Perfect. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think on another day, we'd love to have you on to hear more about the like quilts of honor that you guys do.
I'd love
and what
it.
we're doing for the veterans when we have a little more time. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. Rapid fire fun question. What's your favorite binding method? Machine, hand, or depends on my mood?
Okay, have you got 10 minutes?
Sure.
We started out, Tiff, hand binding. Of course,
Yeah.
a lot of our ladies are from 50 to 80 years old. We started hand binding,
Oh
okay?
my gosh.
The quilts would get to the assisted livings or to the VAs, and then we get complaints about the hand binding rips out too easy. So then we changed our method to machine binding for a specific need.
Okay, smart. Okay.
Hopefully we'll call on Margaret in a minute because she learned how to use her binding tool on her fob the other day and is in love with it.
It's magical. That thing saves my life. Do you prefer scrappy or matchy?
Scrappy all day long. I'm a scrappy girl.
Who is your favorite fabric designer?
Okay, she's probably deceased, but Lynette Jensen from back in the 80s and 90s. But nowadays, whoever designs Tilda is my thing.
Tilda's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What have you ever been given or received a quilt? Sorry, I'm gonna we'll edit that question. Have you ever given or received a quilt in a hard season, and what did that mean to you?
Did you say hard?
A hard season.
Yeah, a hard season.
Like a hard time in your life.
Every quilt of honor I do is hard season. But Tiff, my nephew, he's deceased.
Yeah.
He was in the military, and he's not with us anymore, and he's very young. He had a wife and 2 little kids.
Oh, I'm so
That's
sorry to hear
where
that.
my addiction to my quilting came in.
Okay, my theory that people get to quilting because of grief is holding strong here.
Amen.
Okay, if I'm going to start a sentence and you're going to finish it, just whatever comes to your mind. Life's not perfect.
You deal with what you have.
Ooh, I like that.
Love that.
I like that a lot. Let's see. We'll do one more. If the people in Kerrville were going to hear one message from you when they receive this quilt, what would it be?
Ooh, that's hard.
It is hard.
We just want them to know that Texas is so big, but we want them to know that our prayers are with them and will continue. God bless them.
All right. Thank you, Cindy. We will have you back on for sure at another time to talk about all your other
Thank
fun
you, Ted.
projects.
I'll be glad to see you Quilt Winks next time.
I'll be
Thank
there. Maybe we'll have a live in studio, everybody. That could be fun.
Yes, you have a few fans here today.
Yeah.
I heard that Dawn is there, but she said she won't get on with me.
Oh, well, she's doing her last scene, but let me grab a couple more and then we'll grab.
You should see her today. She's so pretty. She's got on pink, which is her color.
Yes.
And her hair.
Pink is Donna's color for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her I think she looks pretty today and see if she'll come on.
Oh, well, she couldn't, as I'm setting up, she couldn't wait to text you.
All right. Hi. Welcome to the show. We're calling it a show, maybe? Sure.
This is my lady that brings me donut holes. This is where my donut hole addiction comes from. Just saying.
That's a good friend to have. All right. Tell us your name and one word for how quilting makes you feel.
Happy.
Okay. What's your name?
Margaret.
Hi. We have a buddy.
Right,
I love it. What's your name and how does quilting make you feel?
Huh?
What's your name and how does quilting make you feel?
My name is Marilyn, Marilyn, and sometimes it makes me feel totally inadequate, and sometimes it makes me feel successful.
A really good answer, actually. Okay.
It makes me happy.
Yeah. What? Let's see. Go. I just have a bunch of random questions I wrote down really fast. If the people receiving this blanket that you're working on for the Kerrville group could hear one message from you, what would it be? Starting out hard.
Peace.
Peace.
Did you
I
catch
like
that?
Yeah.
Your friend Donna is talking.
Donna's loud today. Donna's gonna have to have her own episode here.
Marilyn, what would you want to say?
Persistence and basically don't give up.
I like that. Do you prefer scrappy or matchy quilts?
Oh, no, it's good. Scrappy or matchy quilts?
Matchy quilts.
Okay.
I'm not good I need, I'm not good at scrappy. I need a pattern. I like things to match.
Okay.
How has quilting helped you navigate hard times in your life?
Has quilting helped you navigate hard parts of your life?
Keeps me focused.
Yeah.
A purpose.
It's a purpose.
Keeps her busy.
We all need that. Yeah.
When you retire, you have to have something that catches your interest and keeps you active.
That's
I
true.
was
Keeps
very,
great.
very sick several years ago. And the only thing that really helped me get through all of that was my hand applique and quilting. It's very important to
But
me.
now, Margaret
And crossword puzzles.
Crossword puzzles.
Cindy and Margaret and I were in the back of Quilt Winks looking at quilts, talking about things, and we were talking about just kind of living out your dash. And what did you say about joy? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
You said you were here, and while you were here, you were going to spread a little joy.
Well, yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Why I work on Quilts of Honor. That's why I work on all the things I work on.
Girl, she'll come get some fabric, and she'll have 3 done in a weekend. She doesn't have piles like Dr. Stitcher.
Okay, last question. Complete the sentence. Life's not perfect.
Life's not perfect.
Is this a test?
Life isn't perfect, but you learn to roll with the punches and do better the next day.
I like that. Marilyn, you got anything?
Got anything, Marilyn? Life's not perfect.
Try and make your mistakes as early in life as possible because it makes your life later on a whole lot easier.
That's good.
what I
You guys
did.
have good advice here. I like it. All right. Thanks for coming on, and we will talk to somebody else here.
This is my friend Lisa. This is my daughter Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany.
Hi. Welcome to the
Started
podcast.
the podcast about a week ago. So we have a theory. So we're just testing out questions to see if we're right.
Well, how fun.
Unfortunately for all of you, I made the questions and I'm a therapist. So what's your name and how does quilting make you feel?
Oh, my name is Lisa Henley, and quilting is like going to my happy place where I can just do what I want to do and not think about anything else and just kind of be in the zone. So I really enjoy it.
This is fun. Let's see. How has quilting helped you navigate a hard time?
Ooh, that one I might get emotional about that one. When my mom got sick and my sister and I would go stay with her and we'd take turns staying with her, and we didn't quilt. We sewed all of our lives, but we never quilted. So we started quilting with her so she could stay going with the quilting. And then when she passed away, we kept going. So we're still doing it, and it's almost in a few weeks it'll be 20 years that she's been gone. So we've made a lot of
Long
quilts.
time. Yeah.
Finished a lot that she had started that she didn't get finished, and so yeah,
that.
it means a lot to me.
What makes you want to do quilts for things like Kerrville quilts or the quilts of honor? What has you volunteering your time for that?
Oh gosh, I love to do that. I just think it's so important when you're having a hard time. If you can wrap up in a quilt and feel the love that somebody else has given, I just think it's awesome. And there's so many amazing people out there that are contributing. So
yeah, that's true. How we go. Do you prefer scrappy or matchy quilts?
oh, our guild did a scrappy challenge, and that was a little out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
Because we got scraps that were a mess, they were stringy and they were wrinkled, and so it really took me out of my comfort zone. But I kind of tend to do my own quilt. I don't follow a pattern totally.
I like that.
Well, so I end up making them bigger or changing them or something. So, but I guess I'm trying to do some scrappy stuff, but mostly I'm doing a little both, I guess. So.
Yeah, that's fair. If the recipient of these blankets could hear one message from you, what would it be?
If they what? I'm sorry.
If they could hear a message from you.
One message from you, what would it be?
Oh gosh, I would say that we're all holding you in our hearts. We're wishing the best for you, and we feel your pain, and we just want things to be better. So.
Okay, last question. Complete the sentence. Life's not perfect.
But it doesn't have to be beautiful.
That's good. These are good. These are good. All right. Thanks for coming on, and we hopefully will talk to you again soon sometime.
Okay. Well, thank you. It's nice to meet you. Bye.
Every stitch holds a story. We're grateful for every person lending their time, thread, and heart to this effort.
So if you want to join in, check the show notes or head on over to our Instagram at Seams Between Us.
Yes,
right?
Seams
Between us. All of a sudden I lost my mind. At Seams Between Us to find out how to get involved with quilt shops, sewing groups, guilds, just your friends, however you want to join in. And if you want to send them or we need to find a way to pick them up, we will certainly do that. We would love to have you.
If you have a guild in the Austin area, I'm happy to come. I would love to come and talk with them about what we're working on, or a shop. I'm happy to come and do a sew day with you guys, or like kind of do whatever. I think Panhandle, Amarillo area, Shelly, the Stitcher, Dr. Stitcher, whoever you are, can do those.
And I got to travel to Beaumont. So, sometimes I like to take different routes. I will just stop in and come see you if I need to do that. We are here for the girls. It's not about us. It's about joining together as one. And being one team, one face, one group of quilters, a big old quilting bee, just ready to wrap those girls that were affected and traumatized by that flood on July 4th in love. Love and light and laughter, and just let them know that we care about them.
Yeah, I know a lot of last week and this week, or maybe the last 2.5 weeks, a lot of those funerals for the girls that were lost have been happening. And so the kids that were friends with them that weren't even at camp, the kids that are going to show up into their classrooms, I think there's just so much these kids don't have already faced, and they have months of facing so much more as that maybe they don't even fully realize.
Yeah, and the other thing I would say, I would say my heart and thoughts and prayers go out to the family of those that have not been found yet.
Yeah.
No, we're holding you up. We're lifting you up. We are here. If there was anything we could do, all you needed to contact us, and we'll figure out a way to make it happen. And I believe the little girl that's not been found is from Amarillo.
No, but she has family in Amarillo that knows our family.
Okay. So there's a connection. There's a connection everywhere. You're only just a small degree away from knowing these girls and these families.
She's one of the Austin girls, actually. She's one of ours.
And when you've been through death and trauma and grief, it's a hard journey, and people show up hard and fast in the very beginning, and they tend to fade away because they don't know what to say after a while. And I can say for me, when I lost your dad, that I think they almost don't know what to do with you after.
They don't. They really don't, because it's not a thing that we can just like wrap up and put a bow on and call it done. And I think
and some people think, why are you still crying? Why can you not get over that? That's a sign of deep love. That's what I've always been told. Great grief is a sign of deep, deep love. And so, I loved your dad dearly, and so I still miss him.
We can grab at it. Yeah, I think that, unfortunately, the Dead People Club, I call it the Dead Dad Club. That's maybe my dark humor. But those of us who've lost people that we dearly loved are the people who really get it, and will stick around. And I think about the people who still to this day will check in on me on very specific dates. Again,
like my birthday. Goodness gracious, the outpouring I got yesterday on text messages and Facebook, and the sweet people at the quilt shop that threw me a little mini party and took me out to dinner tonight. I
think those people that know grief keep showing up, and those are the people we want to be for these families and these kids. We know grief, we know trauma, we know how it makes you feel and what it's like, and that's
a little PTSD. So I'm just saying, some trauma, and I've seen it firsthand in education with children, and you just got to love on them, and they got to know how much you care before they're willing to kind of open up to you and let you love on them. So
so if you enjoyed this episode or the first one, if you haven't listened to the first one, go listen to it. I thought it was pretty fun. Share it with a friend. Better yet, share it with your quilt guild. Share it with your quilt shop. Leave us a like, a review. Shout out to, I think they called themselves the Quiet Quilter. They were our first review, which was really exciting.
Oh, sweet.
Or the first one who wrote a review. We got, I think, 2 people who reviewed, but only one who wrote us one. It was really fun.
And at some point, we're not going to be so sad and weepy. We're going to be funny.
I'm telling you, there's a story coming that we just have not had time to tell, and it's good. So let's keep building this community of warmth and care. And stay tuned. There's more stitching to do. So much to find between the seams.